What's up everyone, this is Trainer Dell, and in this video I have an updated Noble Knights deck profile. And I know I just posted one, but like, the new Soul Fusion cards are out, and the support is actually pretty good, like, really good. Now Noble Knight players are always going to say, oh, the next set, the next support is going to make them over the top, but I really think these cards make them way more consistent. Not saying they're like tier 1 or anything like that, just like that they're more consistent, and I really do like that Konami's trying. So thank you, Konami, love you. Silent Hill, bring it back, please. But yeah, that let's get right into the deck profile. This is mine. You can use it, you can kind of change things if you need to, use it as a guide, but I'm running the one Artorgus because he's G. I like to run all the versions of him, so he's cool. So I'll just put him right over here. One Gwennifer Noble Arms. I don't really use her a lot, but she can come in really handy. So and just searchable, with boars, and now the new spell card. One Merlin, actually. So just the one Merlin. You can, if you want to, take him out and then put 2, or even like take something else on and play 3. It's just using up your normal summon, and with a lot of hand traps and negations and stuff, Ash Blossom being a big thing, sometimes it's just hard to really commit to him. But Merlin's still cool. I mean, the battle trick of like having Noble Knights on your field later in the game, and then like attacking and then exceeding or exceed summoning is pretty cool. This is what you want to get to, though. Like, if you do play more Merlins, it's because you want to get to Madrat. He's truly the combo starter of the deck. He's just really good. Always a 3-of. I think he is a definite 3-of in the deck. No matter what style you want to really play, he just gets things done. He's really good. He's deserving of being like the most expensive of the Noble Knights. Then we got 3 brothers, or 9 of them really, but so he is really good. It recycles for you. Let's get all recycles for you. You can actually, when you normal summon it, special summon more from your hand, like more Noble Knights to do plays if you really need to. But yeah, just really good 3-of as well. If you're playing pure, if you're mixing stuff, I mean, you can change the ratio, but I feel like in pure Noble Knights, it's another 3-of just to really help your deck and get your Noble Arms back in so you can keep using Isolde's effect. 3 Custonin, he's mostly here for a combo extender, especially like his effect. Like, all you need is a Noble Arms equipped to anything on the field, and you can special summon him from your hand. And if you use him in a Link, Xyz, or Synchro for Noble Knight, then that Noble Knight gains the effect where you can do an extra normal summon of a Noble Knight. So really good, another like extender of the deck. The new one, Yvain, really good. I'm just running 2 because if you draw one, that's cool, and if you get a Noble Arms, that's cool, but mostly you want to Madrat into this, so you're able to Madrat, equip with a spell card, bring this out. When you pop the Noble Arms, you re-equip it to Yvain, and it makes a token, so you can use this and the token to make Isolde, and yeah, it's just really good. Then you still can do other things. I mean, you could still, if you have a Custonin, you can still bring him out and special summon him and get another. You can just basically swarm the field with Noble Knights, and that's really cool. Yeah, pure build. I'm just running 2. You can run 3 if you really want to, if you really want to see them a lot. But I feel like Madrat's the one that you want to see to get out the other stuff. 1 Dristan. You can run the new one if you want to. Was it Pelennor? Because they kind of do the same things that Pelennor lets you draw a card, but Dristan having basically a quick effect in a sense, where if you equip him during your opponent's turn, which can happen a few times here or there, you can pop a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, just on their turn. So it's a little disruption, definite one of, unless you're playing like a control variant and you want to have 3. You can have 3 of this and 3 Pelennor, 3 Madrot. I mean, if you want to, there's different ways to run it. I'm just running it this way, the old Isolde and stuff. But yeah, and also while you control another Noble Knight, your opponent cannot target your monsters with less than 1800 attack except this card. So a little added protection, just as a little benefit. The Pelennor you can definitely add in if you want to. 1 Gawain, just another extender. I mean, if you have Artorgus, Madrot, or even the Boars, you can special summon them in defense mode. And the 1 Boars, just 1 right now. Before I run like 2 or even 3, just because you want to go for the Wombo combo and bring out the big king and get all your noble arms to graveyard. But nowadays, you just you know, you don't want to end your board with just 1 big king. I mean, it's gonna get, there's so many outs to it, you know. 2 Morgan, the Enchantress of Avalon. Now in my opening, I was like, oh, it's not really good turn if you play turn 2, but I lied. No, well, I was misinformed. Basically, it's still really good. It's a really good hand trap for the deck, a themed hand trap. And I took out Call by the Graves in favor of this one because it just hits so much more. Call by the Grave can only, you're really hitting monsters and stuff. This can stop a lot of things. Now, as you know, you just have to, when your opponent activates a card or effect, and you control a Noble Knight monster and a Noble Arms equipped, which is not hard to do, especially now that we have Heritage. You send this card from your hand to graveyard and destroy 1 Noble Arms, but it'll re-equip, so it's okay. And negate the activation. And I mean, it's 1316. Not too bad for a hand trap. Like, honestly, if you need to set it and forget it, or even like have another like attacker, it's not bad. 1300 is actually pretty cool. 2 Ghost Ogre, because it's Ghost Ogre. And 2 Ash Blossom, because Ash Blossom, you can change the ratios and go 3 this and then 3 this and take these out if you want. You can put in Effect Veilers, which I have in my side. Depends on your matchups, but I like that. I think against Sky Striker, you'd want Veiler though, TBH, to be on. For my swords, 2 Excalibur, because it's a non-target, or you can't target the monster that it's equipped with. So that's pretty good. You can also, if it's in your graveyard for a turn, then later on you can banish it to bring out like the bigger king, or just, Xyz. 2 Destiny, because it's just probably it's actually probably the best one. The fact that it protects your monster from being destroyed or battle. And let's say you have 2 monsters, or they tribute 1 off and you can re-equip it to something else, then that's, it's kind of like, it makes your deck a little harder to deal with, I would say. 1 Caliburn, which kind of hurts me. I missed having 2, so maybe I'll bring back 2. But this is for the life point gain, and I'm okay with the life point gain. And sometimes it just comes through. 1 Gallatin, because gives you 1000 boost, really good. Now, even though you decrease by 200 each one of your standby phases, that's still okay. It's not like the worst thing in the world. 1 Arfidutier, Arfidutier, for like face down sets. It's any set, not just back row. See, I was about to say it's for back row, but it's not just for back row. It's any set card. Just drop your monster's attack by 500 and pop a set card. Really good, especially if you're starting off your combos like that. Like, if your opponent sets turn 1 and you're following it up, and then you have Madrot and you're about to wombo combo. Not bad. Then 1 Clarent, because sometimes you get a big king, or sometimes you get damage across, but you still need that extra bunch of damage. Like, you don't want to just deal with their monsters, you just want to hit hard directly. Clarent actually has won me some games, so yeah. 2 Heritage of the Chalice. Now, you would seem like, oh man, this should be a definite 3 of, but I'm running 2, mostly because you can only use 1 Heritage Chalice effect per turn, and only once that turn. It's a search card. It's amazing. You can go 3 if you want. Take out anything except, I guess, a Madrot. I mean, you can even take out a Madrot with having this, but don't, don't. It just adds a Noble Knight monster or Noble Arms from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's the key, or graveyard. So if you it's easier to get stuff, and if you have a Noble Knight monster equipped with a Noble Arms equip spell and it's destroyed by battle intensive graveyard, if this is in your graveyard, you can add it back to your hand. So that's why you don't need 3. If you want to see it, great. If you want to see it, get 3. I'm just running 2 because I feel like 3 is bricky, like clunky. 3 Glory of the Noble Knights. If you really want to, you can change this to 2 for that. But yeah, it's like TK and Colossus and stuff. Stop this unless you're adding from your graveyard. But this surpasses it. This bypasses it, and it's really cool to do the play where like you have Dristan on the field, and then during your opponent's turn you flip Glory and you equip it with any of the equipped spells and pop a card on their field on their turn. So really good. The little side cards, Rhoda, because it's Rhoda. I mean, Rhoda and Heritage, you can play both during the same turn, which is amazing. 1 Soul Charge, because it's Soul Charge, and you can get a lot of advantage. And I'm still running 2 Scolding. I'm playing the 2 Scolding along. That's why I like the life point gain. It just hits everything else, and it's you don't really set in this deck, so you can make your board really great and set this. Now for the extra deck cards, 2 Isolde, the 2 Tails of the Noble Knights. Just really good. Definitely makes the deck consistent. Great support card. So happy that this is out. Sad it's expensive, but it's gonna be out super. And my first edition one got like, I don't know where that came from, but for some reason it makes it look cooler to me, like she's holding something up. I don't know, like Invisible Force. But yeah, if you really want to get your hands on these, just wait. They're coming out super, I believe. So you don't have to go too fast, especially Noble Knights aren't gonna go too crazy. I mean, I hope so. It'd be really cool if these top actual events and they did something right. Artorigus, King of the Noble Knights, 2 of them. That's the one that I drew on. You will see this later on, and this one is the ulti. Because in my next, a little hint for the next art appreciation, yeah, just a little hint for that. Sacred Noble Knight of Custenin, however you want to say it. Bounces. It's basically like the Brio of the deck, and also it floats. So when it's destroyed, you can either special summon this or the bigger king and use this as an Xyz material. King himself, Wombo Combo Machine, big where this takes out back row, this takes out monsters, just 1 monster, but still good pop-in. Cowboy, because it's Cowboy, and I love Cowboy for game. Abyss Dweller, because shut down graveyard stuff. Exciton Knight, because Exciton Knight, it's back. It's happy to have. It's another knight. Baguska, for certain decks, you use Baguska. Number 14, Greedy Saramea. You can take him out if you want to. I just play him against burn decks. And then Chimera Tech, Mega Fleet Dragon. Against pesky OTK Cyber Dragons. If you're able to survive, then take out their whole field, And Borreload. Just because it's Borreload. You don't really have to use them if you don't want to. I use them. Put this on. So, yeah. You could swap out maybe Baguska or Greedy Samaraya, or even like the Mega Fleet for what's that one card? The Hip Hop Shinnigan or whatever, the generic light one. So yeah, that's the deck profile. But I'm thinking about use some. This one probably should know about. But you get Madrot out with any way, the various ways you can get them out, whether it's through Merlin, Heritage, Rhoda, whatever. Get them out, and best ones to start off with these 2. So if you're going turn 2, it'd be cool to have this if you have any set cards. But it's better when you have this one, Calibird. So you can gain 500 life points right here. Activate his effect, bring out Boars, This will pop, then re-equip. You re-equip it to boars and gain 500 life points again because you can do that. So now you gain 1,000. Activate his effect and search out probably, either these three, whatever, or even like the, these three are pretty good. Your opponent randomly chooses one. Hopefully they get like Destiny, not Excalibur. But that's even if we get the worst one. These go to the graveyard. You then activate the effect, equip it to this. They're now 5s. You equip it, and you make the big one, straight up 5. And these will pop. Or they'll just get sent here, and his effect will activate, and then you can just re-equip it. You can choose up to 3, so re-equip them. If Gwynethar was not chosen, then you would just play it from your hand, or play it from the graveyard, activate the effect, and then now boom, on him. And that's really cool. And then gain another 500 while you're at it. Pretty good. The next one, the one that I usually do nowadays, and why I feel like I'm not using Gwynethar a whole lot, is, you gotta still start off with Madrot. You don't even have to, but it's probably the best one. You can even go Evane if you really have to. But Madrot, equip it with any of them. I'd say Caliburn. And then, gain your life points, stop, do all that. You get out Evane, pop, activate, re-equip to this. It makes you a token, so whatever token you want, Noble Knight token. But you use them to, then this goes, to make Isolde, up there. So when you do that, you can get any Noble Knight. It's probably best I go for him because it's like I'm not even going to summon him or use his effect. He doesn't even have effect, so it doesn't really matter. But another good place to go into the next Madrot for next turn. Just have a Madrot in your hand for backup in case something happens. So then you're like right here. You add that card, it's whatever. Like whatever card you add, let's just say that's a plus, a added. We'll just put it right here. Then you activate her secondary effect and you send any 4. So this one, like let's say if this is already in the graveyard, we can grab these and where's Clarent or Architect or whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. 4 to the graveyard. And that helps bring out brothers. So brothers, then you bring back any of these if you want to. Probably Architect here. The one-ofs, 3. Or even the where is he? I'm missing so many cards right now. The Evane that you use to link her back into the deck, shuffle, draw an extra card. So those are back into the deck. So there's the card. You've already +2. And at this point you can go king. So if you put Ewain or whatever and you stop 3, then boom, you can go like that, or even like that, and then you have the rank 4 king over here. I know, sorry it's so ill. My field link summoning is crazy, y'all. So yeah, you can end with that board. And this board is not as susceptible to kaijus. Yeah, they can still take out the king, but these 2 will now re-equip to her, and then you can activate her effect again. Especially let's say if you have him on the field before, you get out brothers, you have him on the field, and you were able to either special any of these 2. So probably not him, but Gawain, yeah, like that. And so that's still your pluses. He's still +2 technically. And if you have another Noble Arms in your hand, then you can equip it, and so you can actually special summon him if you want to. And then you could be like, instead of using these two, you can just use these two for the same effect. The king, and then these three come out and re-equip. So it's really cool. It's just a good combo to have. It's just a good thing to have. And then, like I said, it's not as susceptible to kaijus. I mean, Regeki can still hurt me, but Regeki with these take two out. If they kaiju and then Regeki or Regeki, I don't think you do. I don't know. This is a good thing to have, because see, there was basically a 2-card combo, and you still have these two, so you'd have like what, 3 other cards in hand if you started off the duel. So hopefully that you have like a hand trap or 2, which would be amazing, which would be really good. And then you can even set, if you have one of the scolding, just set scolding and pass. So yeah, those are 2 of the combos that I mainly use. I don't really go for the big king anymore. That was more like back in the day. I'll still go for it sometimes if I really have to, like if I just want to push damage across, especially if I get Clorent into the graveyard, or it's like late in the game and I'm able to, let's say, do the first wombo combo, get out a big king with a Gallatin or whatever, equip Clorent, and just attack directly, which is really cool, and it kind of finishes off the game. So yeah, that's my deck profile. That's the little extra one. You don't have to run this one. This is probably like a definite one you should cut if you're gonna go try to play more competitive. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.